this midweek, Wednesday, 22nd January 2025. We're still fresh into the year, but a number of things are already happening in the nation, most of which we must interrogate and check if we are moving in the right direction. Most recently, the merger of the corporations, that is the state corporations, is now eliciting different reactions, and I'll be appreciating my guests shortly, but I just want to once again remind you to stay tuned all the way to 11 p.m. because it's going to be a very heated conversation, but also very solution-oriented and focused. At KTN News KE is how to find us on X. You can also tag me at Doris Anki. Now, our big question is also aligned with this conversation, so I will be picking your feedback, and if you have any specific question directed to any of my panelists, feel free to ask and tag them on those socials. Do you think the merger of state parastatals will reduce public expenditure and public debt in turn? Are you also feeling the fear and anxiety of job losses even after the reassurance by the government that nobody will lose his or her job? Give us your answers and your opinion on the same. Now, I am joined tonight, and we're very honored to have Kevin Osido, a governance analyst. It's very good to see you.
And you too, Doris. Thank you so much for the invitation.
A lot of Kenyans say you come with a lot of vigor and power.
Well, we try. I think the era that we live in is an opportunity for us to speak truth to power, and particularly in the context of politics of Kenya, is really to analyze what is happening and how that relates to the common man's good and interests.
Speaking truth to power.
Precisely.
Quite a way to begin. Thank you for joining us.
Asante.
Also with us tonight is Odhiambo Ramogi, who's an economist and the CEO Elim Capital Limited. It's very good to see you. Let's talk numbers tonight.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be in your show. Lovely. I'm impressed by how the year has started. I was concerned that the dollar will strengthen against the swearing in of Donald Trump.
All right.
And make the exchange rate fly. Indeed, it has flown, but it has not flown out of control. So that's some good news, at least.
It just got inaugurated this week, and here you are.
Indeed, he got inaugurated, was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
And ordinarily when there is such an inauguration, especially of a strong president like Donald Trump, you expect that the dollar would strengthen.
All right.
So everybody else, every other currency would struggle to keep up with that strong dollar.
All right.
So we saw the dollar strengthen last week, but it's not as bad as we thought it would be.
Not as bad as we thought it would be.
Indeed.
All right, I want to come back to you. You can see we have a whole cocktail of expertise here tonight, but I also want to hear from the senator in the building, Senator Dan Mazo, who's the Senator Makueni, and you are on record speaking and vocalizing issues that are affecting Kenyans. You were here the other time when you were talking about exported labor and if Kenyans are protected there. We are back at it again. Kenyans are a bit anxious about the merger, but they might not lose their jobs according to the government. What would be your opening remarks? Karibu.
Well, I want to say that I'm very surprised of the contradictions the government is operating with. Since 2013, the story was to reduce parastatals, but the government kept on allowing parastatals to be sneaked in. Even right now, there are about 10 bills, all of them seeking to form a parastatal. So the government talks of reducing the parastatals, but keeps on allowing bills, and they keep on going to the president for signature, allowing more parastatals in the country, and then all of a sudden a merger. If you look at all these parastatals, they should never be making losses. What is happening is that there's a lot of theft through the parastatals, there's a lot of corruption, and that has not been checked sufficiently by EACC. A lot of Kenyan monies are getting lost there and no one is recovering them. So it's a very serious contradiction. I am very sure it has outcomes. Kenyans will lose jobs because once you merge, then some jobs become obsolete and someone has to go home.
All right. Someone has to go home now. Senator here is not convinced that the employees of these particular parastatals will be able to have something to take home. But we will delve deeper into that. For now, gentlemen, allow me to again bring you up to speed on a number of things, including the institution that Senator has just referred to right now, the EACC. Now, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, is investigating several judges and magistrates accused of misconduct. David Oginde, the chairperson of the EACC, says the decision follows a request from the Chief Justice Martha Koome to investigate certain judicial officers accused of asking for bribes. Oginde revealed this on Wednesday during the launch of the National Integrity Academy Strategic Plan 2024-2028 at the Kenya School of Government here in Nairobi.
We are looking at the whole judiciary. So we will, when we get anything that is worthy of reporting to our people, we will certainly do that. But of course, you would know that in our work, we do not publicize, because when you say you are going to catch a thief, they will not be waiting for you there to catch them. So we try to do things quietly, but when information is available, we'll share with. In this particular case, we are actually doing our investigation. So where there are people who are culpable, whether they are supposed to be taken to the JSC so that a tribunal is set up, especially for judges, that will be done. Where there are officers that are not are not either magistrates or judges, those people then will be taken straight to answer the cases, and certainly they will have to pass through ODPP.
Now, relatives, friends, and the judicial fraternity today paid tributes to Judy